ഹലോ, കേൾക്കാം?
ഓക്കെ, കേൾക്കാം.
ക്ലിയർ ആണല്ലോ അല്ലേ? ഞാൻ വേറൊരു ഹെഡ്സെറ്റ്.
ക്ലിയർ ആണ്.
ഇന്ന് ആഫ്റ്റർനൂണിന്റെ സെക്കൻഡ് സെഷൻ കിട്ടിയല്ലോ അല്ലേ?
കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. സെക്കൻഡ് സെഷന് കൂടുതൽ ഡെമോൺസ്ട്രേഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞ ബയോഡാറ്റ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ മിസ്. മിസ്, ഇതിന് ക്ലാരിറ്റി കുറവുണ്ടോ ഈ സംസാരിക്കുന്നതിന്?
ഇല്ല, കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ല, ക്ലിയർ ആണല്ലോ.
ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് ഓരോരുത്തർ അഡ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വരുമ്പോ എന്താ ചെയ്യാറ്?
അഡ്മിറ്റോട് കൊടുക്കണം.
അവര് ഓണാണല്ലോ അല്ലേ? പ്രശാന്ത് ആദർശ്. Welcome, Dabashrit sir. Today we have our resource person from Biju Patnaik University, Odisha, Dr. Dabashrit Sri Das. Welcome, sir. You can kindly present your screen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity. I am Dr. Devashri Das, presently working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Odisha. Today's topic is we'll discuss. There are three parts. First part
Sir.
is about network protocols and the OSI layers.
Sir.
Then we see what is VPN, virtual private networks. Then IDS, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system. Then we will see what is a firewall. And if
Sir,
yes,
we can
ma'am.
wait for some more time, sir. I just given you a short introduction. We can
Okay,
after 6 o'clock we have to start, and we can
Okay,
start after reaching 50 numbers, and we will give a short introduction also.
Okay, ma'am. No issue.
Okay, sir. Because now only 15 participants. We have more than 215 participants.
Okay.
Are you busy these days, sir? How is the academics going?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we have convocation tomorrow morning.
Oh, sir.
University convocation. So I'm in the invitation card committee.
Oh.
Unfortunately, my work is over by today afternoon.
Okay. You have traveled to the...
No, ma'am.
Okay. You can wait
Yes,
till
yeah.
6 o'clock.
Okay, no issue. No issue. We'll wait.
Mr. Sudhit Kumar and Danya Raj are our co-coordinators.
Ma'am, how is your this HPC work going on? You're
Yes,
getting
sir.
any time? Are you getting any time to do those this parallel programming?
No, sir. Not now.
Have you logged into their system?
2-3 months before I done. After that, I didn't done anything.
Okay. Have you revised your password?
No.
They have sent 2 or 3 mails. Even I also forgot to do that.
Okay.
The password has already expired, so we need to reset our password again.
Okay, sir. And recently, I attended one training on cybersecurity from CDAC Noida. That
Okay.
is for women security officers.
Okay.
That was also very nice. It was a offline course. Stayed
Yes.
over there and have the course. Have you done any updation course?
No, ma'am, nothing.
Okay.
After the training is over, hardly I had logged in 1 or 2 times. That's it.
Okay.
So we have one supercomputer in our the university.
Sir.
It was purchased in 2019, but since then it was lying unfunctional. Now we are trying to reinstate that server and work on it.
Okay. You had to purchase new one?
No, ma'am. Already purchased in 2019.
19.
It was unfunctional. It was
Okay.
lying like that. So now, since our VC also belongs to this computer science brand, and his work is on high performance computing, so now we are trying to reinstate that and make it operational.
Okay.
So I think within 1 month or so it will be functional, and we'll be creating the IDs and distributing to the colleges under Biju Patnaik University, because ours is the first technical affiliating university. We have 137 engineering colleges under our university.
Okay.
So we'll choose 10 or 20, 5 or 10 colleges to whom we will issue the user ID and password so that they can access the
Here
service.
also we have one supercomputer in Trivandrum that is for government colleges. And last year our student done a project over there.
Okay, okay.
Send the data and training on that
Uh,
machine. And
uh,
this year maybe MTech students required they can again
yes, yes, they
work
can.
with that.
Yes,
because
yes,
because
yes.
third semester they are doing literature survey like that. In the fourth
Mhm.
semester excessive
So if
computation
any of the
happen.
student, yes, ma'am. If any of your student is interested, you can they can inform me and I will issue the username and password.
Now, okay, sir. If required, I will.
Yes,
Maybe in case of BTech or MTech students.
yes. We are
This
also
summer.
planning to provide summer internship to our students for 6 months.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. Send me. I will send you. And recently one conference is also going to happen there.
Yes, ma'am. In Bangalore this
Okay.
December.
Okay. And in your university itself, I.
That is a conference. Yes,
Ah, yeah.
multi-track conference in December 19, 2021.
Okay. Okay. You can wait for 2-3 minutes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. How was Kranti Kumar's session?
Very informative, sir.
Yeah, he was my
Yes.
colleague in one of the universities.
Yeah.
He's a very good friend of mine.
Ah,
Previously, he was working in IBM, and
yes, yes.
now he's associate professor and head of the department in Symbiosis
Yes, yes.
International University, Hyderabad.
And yeah, at the time of applying for this adult course, we need some industry experts also.
Yes, yes.
That I searched
Uh-huh.
that much. And some of them have some industry experience, even though they are now in working colleges.
Even I also applied for this ATAL program on
Okay.
quantum applications in HPC, but I don't understand why they rejected because it is a new
Maybe.
area.
Okay.
Quantum applications in high performance computing.
Okay. They didn't consider it.
No, no, ma'am.
Maybe in December session also they may be calling. Otherwise, in the June also you try again.
Let me see whether they are granting it or not for conducting it offline. Because
They
online
are,
ones it was rejected, so let me try for offline one.
they are promoting online much. 100 online courses sanctioned in this time, and only
Yes.
30 something on offline. Offline is
Huh.
very less because due to expense,
Yes.
etc.
Yes.
Online there may be sanctioning much.
I don't know why, ma'am, they rejected this thing.
Okay, maybe they divided in each area this much.
Yes.
Maybe
Let's hope for the best.
other, yes. Otherwise, based on states in each state this much.
Yes, yes.
Such things will also be there. Anyway, you try next time also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Professor Danya, now it's 6 o'clock. Shall we start now?
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Now the number of participants is
Okay.
okay. Uh, Dear participants, a very good evening to all of you. I welcome all of you to the day 3, session 1 of this FDP. For today's FDP, we are honored to welcome Dr. Debasri Das as our resource person. Sir is an associate professor and head of the department in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Rourkela. Sir has completed his master's degree from IIIT Bhubaneswar in the year 2009 and secured his PhD in the year 2020 in Computer Science and Engineering from Veer Surendra Sai's University of Technology, Odisha. Sir has about 15 years of teaching experience in various premier organizations in Odisha like SOA University, Sambalpur University Institute of Information Technology, CIPET, And also he has worked in Tamil Nadu in universities like Karunya University and Vellore Institute of Technology. Sir's research areas include cloud computing, fog computing, machine learning, and soft computing application. Dr. Debasrit has several papers published in reputed journals like Springer and Elsevier. And we are very much happy to invite you to this session, sir. Please go ahead with the session, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Dhanya ma'am. Uh, Thank you, Sibyl ma'am, for giving this opportunity. I am Dr. Devasrit Das, presently working as associate professor and head of the department in Department of CSE, Center for UG and PG Studies, Biju Patnaik University of Technology. This university is the first technical affiliating university in the state of Odisha, established by government of Odisha in the year 2003, and since it is operational. So today's topic we'll discuss. There are three parts. First part is about network protocols, the OSI layers. What are the 7 layers of OSI layers? In each layer, what are the protocols? Then we will go for virtual private networks, then intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system, and at last we'll see what is a firewall, different types of firewalls. Then if time permits, I will show you a demo in Packet Tracer how to create a virtual private network. So as you can see in the slide.
Sir, can you please share the slide?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it's coming. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's
So,
good.
as all of us know, a network protocol is nothing but a set of rules that govern the communication over the internet. Right. So, what is a computer network? A computer network is nothing but a combination of computers that are attached to each other and they communicate by following a certain rules. So, those set of rules is called as a network protocol. What is their function? Their function is to allow computers and other devices to identify each other either locally or globally, establish the connections, and exchange information reliably and in the correct order. So these are the functionalities of a protocol that we'll see layer by layer. So why they follow these rules? They follow these rules to format the data into packets, send them across the network, and interpret the packet as it is received. Next, what is the working mechanism? You can see if you have taught computer networks, then here there are these are the 7 layers, starting from the physical layer to the application layer. So physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. These 3 are hardware based layer, means all the hardware devices, hardware networking devices operate in these 3 layers. Transport layer is the middle layer, that is called heart of the OSI model, and session layer, presentation layer, and application layer, these 3 are the software based layers. Now coming to the physical layer, what is the functionalities? The functionality of physical layer is what are the cables, the underlying cables, or the data that is being converted to signals, the digital signals that is being transmitted across the network, the synchronization of the bits and bytes, everything is controlled in this physical layer. That is the bottommost layer. Next comes the data link layer. Data link layer is the intermediate, is the layer above the physical layer, which converts the raw data or raw signals into frames, data frames. So if you know, there are 3 types of networks. One is called local area network, one is metropolitan area network, and third is wide area network. In the local area network, if you are connecting the devices, the radius is within 50 kilometers, then we are operating in the data link layer. So in the data link layer, we require the MAC address, the physical address that is imprinted on the network adapter. Okay, and third layer is the network layer. See, when we are connecting a computer, we want that our system should be recognized globally, or we should be recognized globally. How it is done? It is done at the network layer. because there is an address called as IP address, which is unique to every system, just like the physical address of the MAC address. And through that IP address, the IP address helps the system to be identified globally. Then comes the transport layer. In the transport layer, there are two types of protocols that we'll be discussing. One is the TCP and UDP for reliable communication, or unreliable communication, for short communication, for long communication. These two protocols are required. Then comes the session layer. In the session layer, what is the layer of the session layer? The function of the session layer is to control the timing of the sessions between the communicating devices. Next is the presentation layer. In the presentation layer, whatever data the sender is sending, that data is not open, that is not raw, that is encrypted and decrypted. Right? If the data is a larger data, then it is compressed at the sender and decompressed at the receiver side, and all these things are taken care by the presentation layer. The topmost layer is the application layer, that is the seventh one. This application layer provides the user interfaces. Right? When you are sending an email, we are actually working on the application layer. Now at the sender side, when you are, suppose we are sending a email, right? So that message goes to the application layer, then to the presentation layer where it is encrypted, then it goes to the session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer at the sender side. Similarly, at the receiver side, from the bottom it goes to the top. So at every layer, starting from the application layer to the physical layer, some headers and trailers are added along with the data that is being communicated over the network. So this OSI model is actually the reference model that was designed by open source interconnection. This OSI full form is Open System Interconnection and ISO. So together they are called the ISO OSI model. Later on, when the computer scientists developed the TCP/IP model, that is Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol model, that model is actually implemented in our day-to-day internet. And this OSI model is a reference model. So in this OSI model, we have 7 layers. And in the TCP/IP model, we have 5 layers. So what are the 5 layers? Physical layer, data link layer. These three layers are combined into one layer, and then this one. So 5 layers in total. Next, we'll see what are the protocols that govern each of the 7 OSI layers. Now, as I said, in the physical layers, we have cables, we have twisted pair cables, we have coaxial cables, we have fiber optics, right? And there are 2 networking devices. One networking device that is called hub that works at the physical layer. So we have 2 types of hubs. One is passive hub, one is active hub. So where are the hubs required? The hubs are required when we are making a LAN connection, or we are using a star topology, because all of us know in the star topology there is a central hub which routes the packet from one source to another. Then in the data link layer, we have 2 devices. One is switch, one is bridge. So what is the function of the switch? The function of the switch is to establish the local connection using the physical address. Then what is this bridge? The bridge is a device which is used to filter the data packets. Then comes the network layer, where we have the protocols called address resolution protocol, reverse address resolution protocol, then internet protocol. So what is this internet protocol? Internet protocol is the protocol that is used, that helps the system to be identified globally. And like the physical address, this address is a virtual address or logical address. Okay. Now every device in this world has a unique IP address. So no 2 devices can have a single IP address. Now it is difficult to remember the IP addresses. That's why we are assigning a domain name. For example, let's say we have 127.0.0.1, that is the IP address. But since it is difficult to remember, we call it as a, or we remember it as a loopback address, right? Similarly, for that purpose, we have the address resolution protocol and reverse address resolution protocol, which maps the physical address to this logical address and this logical address to the domain names. Then comes, so in this data link layer, you see, if you go from PC0 to PC1, suppose you want to communicate, right? If you are establishing this is a LAN connection, so PC0 to router 1, then router 1 to router 2, router 2 to router 3, then router 3 to PC1, right? So this type of communication takes place in the data link layer, right? In the this network layer, it happens from PC0 to PC1. But in the transport layer, from one process or one program in this PC0 to another program in this PC1, the message is communicated. So that is called end-to-end delivery, or port-to-port delivery, or process-to-process delivery. Now, that process-to-process delivery is ensured by this transmission control protocol. But since this transmission control protocol depends on the network layer, right? So there is a combined model that is called TCP/IP, transmission control protocol at the transport layer and IP protocol at the network layer. Then comes user-defined protocol, UDP. UDP is a connectionless, reliable protocol, but it is used for short communication. That means if you want to communicate the audio or video in the internet, then we are using the UDP protocol. So in our day-to-day life, when we are attaching a video or a audio file or an image file in our email, right? At the back end, we are using the UDP protocol. Okay. So this is actually wrongly given. IP security, IGMP, ARP, IP version 4, version 6, ICMP. These protocols are actually operating in the network layer. So session layer, we don't have any protocols. Okay. In the presentation, as I told you, there are no such protocols in the presentation layer. But the functionality of this presentation layer is to use the other layers security protocol, that is a secure socket layer, right? And what are the functionalities? The functionality is to encrypt and decrypt the messages, as well as compress and decompress the messages. Okay. Next, at the application layer, as I told you, the user, right, who interacts with the network, they interact through the user interface at the application layer. So what are the protocols at the application layer? We have DHCP, dynamic host control protocol, then hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, domain name service, terminal network, right? All these are the protocols. So more popular is HTTP, then FTP, then DHCP. Right. So DHCP, dynamic host control protocol, is the protocol that is used to assign the IP addresses dynamically. Right. Similarly, when you are using HTTP, so some of the websites you see, I'll show you one website where you can find the difference whether it is HTTP or it is any other thing. Okay. See, it is written HTTPS. It is not HTTP. Okay. Now, what is the difference? HTTP is the underlying protocol, but HTTPS is the secured HTTP protocol. That means Google has provided enough security for their website. Okay. So both of the protocols work in the application layer. Okay. So that is the brief introduction of the OSI model and the protocols. Next, we'll see what are the network security, what is network security, what are the functionalities of network security. Then we'll go for virtual private networks, IDS, and firewalls. So network security, it refers to the strategies and practices employed to prevent unauthorized access, misuse, modification of the accessible resources. Right. Now, what is the main objective of network security? The main objective of network security is to ensure the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of data and systems. Now, what are the types of network security or the types of attacks? Denial of service attack, man in the middle attack, right? So through those attacks, these things are being compromised: confidentiality, integrity, availability, authenticity, authorization, and non-repudiation. These are the principles of network security, and which are defined by the attacks. So what are the common threats? As I told you, one is the man in the middle attack, denial of service attack, distributed denial of service attack, then malware, phishing, masquerading, and these advanced persistent threats. Okay, now what are the network security, the best practices? The best practices is to develop the current research. It focuses more on the developing intrusion detection and intrusion prevention systems, right? Most of the faculties, if I'm not wrong, those who are working in the area of machine learning, so any of you, those who are working in machine learning, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you're working on the area of machine learning. Yes, ma'am. One? Only one? Okay, no issue. So in machine learning, one of the applications is to develop a new neural network or a hybridized model, machine learning model that can better be used in this intrusion detection system. Lot many papers are there, we can find in the internet, right? Then developing a comprehensive security policy, regularly update and patch systems, will discuss this. Then implement multi-factor authentication, like Kerberos. Kerberos is also a protocol that uses this multi-factor authentication. We can generate the certificates. Then backup critical data. This is one of the intrusion detection mechanisms. Okay. So next we'll see what is a virtual private network. Then we'll come to gradually this intrusion detection system, prevention system, and then firewalls. Okay. So what is a virtual private network? Virtual private network is, let me give an example. Suppose during the COVID time, right, when we are teaching it online, right, we are staying at home and teaching online, we are giving presentations, but we are using the public internet. So it is likely the chance that our information must have lost to some unauthorized persons or unauthorized students. All of your faculties. So we have also faced the same problem, that many unwanted students entered into our class and start disturbing. Yes, it was there. All of you agree with me? Yes. Participants, please respond.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we
Yes,
have
sir.
faced the same problem. So, what is the solution to that? The solution to that is virtual private network. That means your college will provide a secured channel, right? Virtual channel, not physical channel. Secured channel to their faculties, right? A IP address will be given. So through that IP address, you are able to log in into the college internet, right? And that is a secure channel. No other outsiders can know that IP address, right? Only the authorized persons are given the IP address, right? So that is a virtual private network. Okay, so let's create a VPN here. Now here you see this PC0 to PC1, all these are these routers use the public internet. Okay, public internet. Now what we are going to do, we are going to establish a virtual private network between router 1 and router 3. Okay, those who are teaching computer networks, they must have used this simulator from Cisco Academy, right? So either you click on simulation or it is a real-time one, right? Anything you can do it. So there are certain things I'll show you from the scratch. Just a second. So if your college or university has registered, then you can use your official email ID, or if you have purchased the license for a single user or for academic purposes, then you can use your personal email ID. So here you see, first we'll take the PC. You can take laptop, you can take this voice over IP device, you can take your this landline phone, TV is there, right? Anything you want, you can do it. Okay, so PC 0, then two PCs. Okay, then come to, you can add the switches, but for simplicity we'll take only the routers. 2801 routers 2911. Okay. So let me delete this one. Then press the escape key. Okay, so this router will be there. This one. You can add the switches, then you can connect the switch with the router. Okay, so that will be a more complex network. For simplicity, I am doing this. This is a universal cable, right? Otherwise, we know from the standard rules that same type of device will be connected through straight through cable, and different devices will be connected through crossover cables, and between routers we will be using this one, right, with the clock symbol. Okay, now in the PC, double click on the PC, you have this desktop IP configuration. Here we are giving the address 192.168.1.2. Okay, what is the subnet mask? It belongs to class C IP, right? So 255.255.255.0 is configured. Desktop IP configuration, then it is 192.168.2.2. Okay. Then in the router, this CLI is called command line interface. Okay, those who have taught networking, they might have known this. So you see this greater than symbol, that means we are in the user mode. We if you want to configure the router, then we have to enter into the administrative mode, right? How to do that? Let me again open it. Yes, so we have entered into the privileged mode. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll start configuring the IP address for the router. Why it is not working? Okay, so config T. Okay, in the configuration command. So next what we'll do, we'll rename it for better identification. So it is host R1. That means the every time we don't want to use this word router, right? So this is the shortcut. It is similar to creating a variable in our C in our programming language. Okay. Next, see if you take the cursor here, right? These are the identifications. So it is gigabit 0 by 0, right? And this is fast 0. Okay, so this router I have taken wrongly. Just a minute, just a minute. I have to change the routers. Two 2960 2811 2811 router 2911. It is showing gigabit 00. 2811 2811 2911 8291 Okay, no issue. No issue. We'll configure it. CLI config, then host R1, then interface fast Ethernet. It is gigabit 0 by 0. Okay, so now we'll add the IP address 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0, and we'll write no short. No short means the link will be up. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll exit, and then we'll do the next interface, because every router has two interfaces. Okay, so this is the giga 0 byte 0. When I written no short, that means this link will be up. Similarly, this link gigabit 0 by 1. So you have to exit from one interface and then enter into the other one. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, and one interface cannot have multiple IP address. IPA add 1.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. Then no shot. Okay, no shot. So this link will be up. Then similarly this one, gigabit 0/0. This is okay. Zero by zero. Then IP address 1.0.0.2 255.0.0.0. Then no shot. Okay, exit integer interface gig 0/1. IP address 2.0.1 5.0.0.0. Then no shot. Okay, so this link is up. This red symbol, it is for it indicates that the link is down initially. Green means the link is up. That means these three parts are able to communicate with itself. Okay. Enable, then config terminal. Under config terminal, we'll rename it as R3. Then interface, IP address 2.0.0.2 255.0.0.0. Then no shot. Okay, next exit, because we have to enter another interface, int 0/1. Inside that we have to configure again another IP address. It is 192.168.2.1. then 255.255.255.0. Oh, sorry. One 192.168.2.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, then no shot. No shot means the link is up. Okay, so all the links are enabled. Then what we'll do, we'll use the default routing on this R1. So what is the default routing? The default routing is means which routing protocol we are going to use. So for simplicity, we are going to use the RIP protocol, RIP, routing information protocol. right? So what is this gigabit Ethernet? You must be teaching in computer networks a chapter on different types of Ethernet, fast Ethernet, then Ethernet, and gigabit Ethernet, which is in terms of 100 GPS. Okay, so in this first this router number 4, we are going to configure the what we are going to configure. We are going to configure the routing protocol. So here we are going to use IP route 0000. This is the network address. Okay, then 1.0.0.2. Okay, leave it. Then for router number this 6, again we have to configure. So here IP route 0000, then 0.0.0, then 2.0.0.1. Okay. Now, if you want to know the IP address, here you can put a label and write the IP addresses. Okay, for our use. Then for testing, right, we'll ping and see for the reply. Okay, we'll see for the reply. So here we have to write exit. Here you write ping 2.0.0.2. Okay, so what is this IP address 2.0.0.2? It is the IP address of the third router. Okay, see, success rate is 60%. That means somewhere the packet is dropping. Okay, similarly here also we'll test. Ping 1.0.0.1. Okay. That means we are sure that both the end routers are operational and are able to send the packets, right? Okay, success rate is 0%. Okay, we'll see that. Right. Next, what we are going to create? We are going to create a VPN channel or a virtual private network channel over these two routers. Right. This is a public router, and all these three routers uses the public internet. Right. Now, this is the client, and this is the server of a company. Right. This client is the employee. So this employee will be able to use only the company's network. No unauthorized access is used. Okay. So that we have to establish. Now, how we are going to do that? So kindly write the steps. Config T, interface, tunnel, then any tunnel, any number you can give, any arbitrary number. Okay, so that is the tunnel ID. Next, we are giving the IP address. IP address 172.16.1.1, 255.255.0.0. Okay, then tunnel source gigabit, because we are using gigabit Ethernet, so gig. Then what is the tunnel destination? That means destination of the destination's IP address. What is the destination's IP address? It is 0.2 2.0.0.2. Okay. So that means we have established the what? VPN tunnel between these two routers, router 4 and router number 6. Right? So we have created a tunnel at router 4. Again, we have to create the same tunnel at router number 6 so that these two will come under the private network. That means we are trying to create a private channel using the public internet. Interface tunnel. So this tunnel ID is the ID of the destination, right? Which only the source knows. Which is the source? Router 4 is the source. Router 6 is the destination. So once the destination creates this tunnel ID, it is informed to router number 4. Then whatever router number 4 we have created, the tunnel ID is 10. That will be intimated to router number 6. Okay. So then IP address 172.16.1.2, then 255.255.0.0, okay. Then tunnel source, tunnel destination. So tunnel destination means the IP address of the PC, right? PC number 0. No short. Okay. Now the virtual private network is been established. What we'll do now? We'll try to ping from this router 4 to router 6, again from router 6 to router 4, bypassing this router number 5. Okay. Okay. So router number 4, you can ping ping 172.16.1.2. Okay, sorry. Ping 172.16.1.2. Okay. Next, here also we'll do the same thing. Okay, then the last part that we'll do, whatever VPN channel we have created, we'll create the identify the IP addresses en route from PC0 to PC1 through router number 4 to router number 6. Okay, so in router number 4 we have to give the IP address. In router number 6 also we have to give the IP addresses. Config, then IP route 192.168.2.0, 255.255.255.0, then 172.16.1.2. Okay. Then in router number 6, here we have to write IP root 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0, then 172.16.1.1, oh sorry, config t IP root 192.168.1.0. Okay. Now how to test? In this router 4, the source router, exit show interfaces, tunnel 10, right? So these are the details. Receive bandwidth is 8000 kbps, transmit bandwidth is 8000 kbps, fast tunneling enabled, tunnel protocol is GRE or IP protocol at the transport layer. Okay, encapsulation tunnel, that means we have successfully created the tunnels. Okay, similarly in the destination router, here also we'll use the same thing. Here we have to do show interface tunnel exit show interface tunnel 100. Okay, so that means it is confirmed that we have securely created the virtual private network. Okay, the participants, are you clear how to create the VPNs? Yes, anyone who is not able to follow, kindly raise your hand. Kindly raise your hand if you are not able to follow. Hello? Yes.
Okay, sir. Yes, fine.
Yes, Abdul sir. Abdul sir, you have any query?
No,
Hello?
no, sir, no, sir.
No. Okay. So shall we proceed now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you can see these terms, network address translator. So network address translator is a software that is inbuilt in the routers. What is the function? The function is to translate the public IP address into private IP addresses. Right? If you know, there are three classes of IP address: class A, class B, class C. In every class, we have a range of IP address which are identified as private IP addresses. Okay, so let's say, for example, in class C, it is, I think, 192 or 196. Okay, so NAT and VPN, they work simultaneously. Why VPN? Because we are using a private network over the public network, right? So public internet does not know that we are establishing a private network over the available internet. And second thing, if you are trying to bypass the main router, then we have to use the network address translation. Okay, so while NAT is primarily associated with address translation for routing purposes, VPNs are used to create secure encrypted connections over the internet. So it is like a proxy server. So any unauthorized users, right? Any unauthorized users who try to intrude into this VPN, they cannot do. Why? Because of that tunnel ID. The tunnel ID is created at the source and at the destination. So in this simulator, if you see which is the source, router 4 is the source, router 6 is the destination. So here we have given the tunnel ID as 10, that will be intimated to router number 6. Then router number 6 has created a tunnel with tunnel ID 100, that will be intimated to router number 4. That means if router 5 is the intruder, then it cannot know that a VPN has been created between these two routers for secure communication over the channels. Okay, so that is the difference between NAT and VPN. Next comes to I'll show you the diagram. Okay, next is the this firewalls. So what is a firewall? A firewall is a software, right? A firewall is a software just like the gateway that is installed in the routers, right? What is the work of this firewall? The work of the firewall is twofold. It will block a specific IP addresses. Like suppose you during the academic hours you are not supposed to access the Facebook or let's say Twitter. So the Facebook IP will be blocked by the firewall of your organization, right? That's what firewall do. So what are the permitted traffic and unwanted traffic? It will be filtered, right? Based on some criterias. Based on some criterias that are there. So one is your packet filters and second is the application gateways. So application gateway, these two are the types of firewalls. So packet filter, what it will do, it will just rule out, right? If then condition, if a packet is coming from a particular IP address, then only it will be allowed, otherwise it won't be allowed. Okay, similarly application gateway is nothing but a proxy server, right? If you know the IP address, then you can bypass the proxy server and you can access your Facebook during your academic sessions. Okay, then comes intrusion detection system. So what is intrusion? Intrusion means the process by which you are gaining unauthorized access to a device, right, which you are not supposed to do. For example, every organization there is a system administrator. Yes, those who configure your system, whenever you join any particular organization, they will configure the system according to their network, right? They will give you the IP addresses and that IP address will change dynamically. Okay, so what happens now? Any unauthorized persons, right? Any unauthorized persons, they cannot intrude into the system. Why they cannot intrude? Because your system is configured in such a way that, right, you have two-layer security. You have a two-layer security. When I was working in VIT, they have 7 layers of security. Right, they have configured once we enter into their network, the system I took the system into the system administrator and they configured all the 7 layers into my laptop. Why? Because we are inside the campus, we are operating into their intranet, right? We are not using the public internet, we are using the intranet. That means we are communicating through the virtual private network. Okay, so there are two kinds of intrusion detection system. One is network based, one is host based. So what is network based? Network based intrusion system. See, there are we know the types of attacks. One is your man in the middle attack, one is masquerading, one is denial of service attack. So all these attacks are maintained in the database, right? So whatever new traffic comes, this network based intrusion detection system, it matches the traffic to the library of the known attacks, to the database, right? And it monitors, captures, and analyzes the network traffic. But during the peak hour, it is very difficult for the network based detection system to identify the malicious attacks. Okay, so intrusion detection system is nothing but a device, or it is a software, you can say, right? Similarly, the host based intrusion detection system. So what is host based? It is installed on individual devices, right? It monitors the data packets on the device, and if any malicious file or suspicious file is detected, either the file will be modified or it will be deleted, right? That is the work of the intrusion detection systems. So those who are working in the machine learning, or you must have heard about quantum cryptography, these are the emerging techniques, right? Many people are working. You can find several papers in internet. Those who are working with the machine learning models for intrusion detection system. It is a software application, right? How to detect whether a person is an intruder, or a inside intruder or outside intruder. Okay. Then we have two methods for the IDS. One is signature based, another is anomaly based. So what is signature based? Signature based means, suppose our college, the website is hacked, right? So we know the pattern of attacking by the attacker. That pattern is already stored in the database. If similar kind of attack occurs, right, then that pattern will be matched to the pattern that already exists in the database. That is called signature based intrusion detection system. Next is anomaly based. Anomaly based is, see, there are two persons. One is the principal, or one is the director of your organization, and second is the system administrator. The system administrator will log in into the root administration, and he or she will assign the IP addresses to the individual systems of your network. Okay, individual systems of your network. But suppose the director of our organization, right, enters into the room of the system administrator and sees that the system administrator is not there in his place. Now the director changes some these preferences, administrative preferences, right, to the normal users, which is not supposed to do. So that is called deviation, right? If there is a deviation, when the system administrator comes, the director must have left that place. So when the administrator enters into the system, he immediately sees that there is some suspicious activities going on. So that is deviation. That is another method, that is called anomaly based intrusion detection system. Okay. Next. Okay, so these are the differences between, or comparison between, firewall, intrusion protection system, and intrusion detection system. Okay, so what is the purpose of a firewall? A network security device. It is not actually a device, it is a software that filters the incoming and outgoing traffic based on predetermined security rules. What is IDS? A system that monitors the network or system activities for malicious actions or policy violations. Then what is intrusion prevention system? It is again a software that inspects and prevents the identified threats in real time by analyzing the
आपको अलग से शेयर भी कर दूंगी क्योंकि अभी लैपटॉप है नहीं मैम लैपटॉप हाँ वो एक्चुअली ना लैपटॉप हम वहीं कॉलेज में छुड़ाते हैं मैम हाँ
नेहा मैम हेलो Hello? Please mute yourself.
Sir, I have muted.
Okay, okay. Then, what is the operation of firewall? It filters the traffic based on the rules applied to addresses and port numbers, as I said. Then, detection system, it
Excuse me, sir. Sir, your mic is off, sir.
Yeah. So if you visit your the college networking devices where your router or switch is installed, you will see in that router the firewall will be installed. Okay, that is the placement. After that, if the sometimes the firewall will fail, but the intrusion detection system will detect the errors, detect the attacks, which the firewall might not be able to filter out. Okay, so resides within the network, typically after the intrusion prevention system for deeper traffic analysis. Right, after this session, I think there is a session on Wireshark, right, where the next resource person will tell you about the usage of Wireshark, where you can detect, analyze the network traffic. Okay, then intrusion prevention system, it is positioned right after the firewall, before the internal network. Right, so there are three layers. Initial layer, the firewall. Second layer is intrusion detection system. Third layer is the intrusion prevention system. Okay. Next, response to unauthorized traffic. So firewall, it blocks or permits traffic based on the rule. So if a traffic is, if you are trying to access Facebook during your academic hours, which is prevented by many organizations, that particular IP address will be blocked by the firewall. Okay. Similarly, the intrusion detection system, it issues alerts or alarms upon detecting suspicious activities, right? Either at the network based or at the host based. Then intrusion prevention system, it actively prevents the progression of detected threats. Okay. So for using that, we can use either a single VPN, or we can use 3 layers of VPN. So if there are multiple servers in each, for each server connected to the client, we can create 3 individual VPN channels. Obviously, that is virtual, that cannot be detected, neither seen by the intruders. Okay. So in this diagram also you can see this is the secure socket layer VPN. That means this is being used by the at the transport layer. Okay. Remote user work from home. The software engineers, they use the SSL channel to connect to the VPN, right? And whatever IPs they are used, they are already registered with the server. So there is the firewall, this is the gateway, these two are the softwares that is installed in the router, right, to the internet server. So those things can be identified. Okay. Okay. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Yes, you can ask the questions. I'm open to your answers, questions and answers. Yes. So with this, I stop my presentation. Thank you all for your patience listening. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you. Thank you, Deepali ma'am. Yes, Bonita ma'am. Hello. Yes,
Hello.
Monica ma'am, please answer. Yeah, please ask.
Those who are any clarification required, kindly ask questions.
Okay. Okay. Those who have questions, they can answer. They can ask. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this session. Next time,
Okay, Shefali ma'am.
hands-on experience with VPNs and others. Surely, we will try. Can you explain the common softwares used in VPN, sir?
Using VPNs.
Yes, and whether it
Ma'am,
is
common software, the open source simulators, one is Cisco Packet Tracer, one is Optinet, one is NetSim. So all these tools you can use to set up the VPNs for academic purposes. I'm saying, but
amazing.
for the corporates, big business houses, corporates, what they are doing, they are everyone has purchased their cloud, right?
Okay,
And
sir.
they are maintaining the cloud databases, and over the cloud they are doing this intranet work. They are creating the this VPN channel.
Okay. Which are the common simulators required for a cybersecurity course?
Cyber security course, ma'am. See, cyber security course, if you want to do more, then you have to use a Linux based system.
Okay.
So there is a course on this penetration testing. It is a subject. So I was also handling that subject in VIT. So penetration testing, you have to use Kali Linux. And once you install that Kali Linux on your system, 90% of your data will be lost. So,
Okay.
so in that Kali Linux, ma'am, there are certain commands which will show you. Suppose I want to hack your server, and I want to know which are the ports that are left open, so that I can hack through those ports. So those commands are also available in that Kali Linux. You'll be able to do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for agreeing for our
Thank you,
invitation.
ma'am.
And
Thank you. My pleasure.
okay, I'm very familiar to the Bashir Das. He is very cooperative and helping mentality.
Hello,
And
sir.
okay, any doubt, please?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, actually, I want one question because I was taking CNS subject earlier, so and lab also.
Okay.
Then the students have installed the Kali Linux, and then the same problem what you were saying, ki
Yes.
whenever you are going to install Kali Linux in your system, then your 90% data will be lost.
Yes.
So, what will be the solution for that, sir?
The only solution is, ma'am, we have to use the proxy server. Because the same thing happened in VIT 2 3 years ago. The students in their this penetration testing lab, the MTech students, they have
Hmm.
hacked the VIT server to this.
Hmm.
So what they have done, they have installed 3 layers of firewall.
Okay.
Okay, so the ports, all the ports are closed. All the ports were closed. If you leave a single port open, then your website or your system will be able means will be exposed to hacking.
Fine, sir. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, sir.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, Gokul sir. Hello, hello, hello.
Maybe
Yeah,
fake.
Gokul sir, you have raised your hand. Please ask.
That I'm also waiting. Any more doubts, please? Otherwise, we can formally stop this session, and feedback forms will be shared in the group and in the chat box. And we can have a 5 minutes break and we can continue the session. Thank you, sir. We will call you when we are in a trouble. That was
My pleasure, ma'am. Anytime, anytime.
okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Shall I leave the session now?
Yes, sir. We
Yeah.
can.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tanya madam, kindly share the feedback link once more. Some of them are not able to copy link like that.
I have sent it in the WhatsApp group, ma'am. And the message, the link is pinned here. They can see it. It's also shared in the WhatsApp.
Problem with the link shared in this chat box. I don't know why that happened.
I think it's not seen as a link, and they are saying they are not able to copy it also.
Permissions are not given for the participants.
Google sir, have you any query? Welcome, Ramesh sir. Am I audible, Danya madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Ramesh sir, you can kindly present your screen.
Ma'am, it's only 7:25 now. Oh, sir. It's only, sir.
Okay, okay. Hi, sir. Good evening. Kindly unmute your mic.
Is it okay now, ma'am? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Shall we start the session, madam?
Yes, I think we can start now.
Okay, I think enough break received. Okay, with the permission of the participants, I would like to introduce before you our resource person, Mr. D. Ramesh, and I will read a short profile of him. He's my friend also. Mr. D. Ramesh is assistant professor in Department of CSE, specialization in networks at Kakatiya Institute of Technology and Science, Warangal, and have 10 years of teaching experience. And his specialization is network security and IoT. D. Ramesh did his Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology from KITS Warangal, obtained MTech in Computer Science and Engineering from Aurora College affiliated to JNTU Hyderabad, currently pursuing PhD from NIT Warangal. He successfully finished Cisco instructor training from Cisco through Task Hyderabad. D. Ramesh worked as a network administrator for 3 years at Kakatiya University, Warangal. He has been served assistant professor with 8 years of experience at Kakatiya Institute of Technology and Science, Warangal. D. Ramesh is a Cisco certified instructor at KITS Warangal, provides CCNA training to the students and mentor cybersecurity internship every year. Bagged national level best instructor award from the Cisco in the year 2021. Big appreciation, sir.
Thank you.
He had real-time expertise in systems, hardware, and networking. Developed LMS platform CourseWeb in the year 2020 for Kids Warangal. LMS is successfully finished 5 years and still catering the faculty and students community. That's also a big achievement.
Thank you, ma'am.
He is a co-author for the technical book titled Information and Communication Technology, co-authored by Dr. D. Suresh Babu and B. Raju. And this book was published by Kalyani Publishers, New Delhi. And he completed HPC Master Training Program in 2024, June, organized by AICT and CDAC Bangalore, and under National Supercomputing Mission. Also, one more achievement in his basket, D. Ramesh received Instructor Excellence Award Expert in 2025 from Cisco in January 2005. I'm very glad to introduce sir. Recently, he organized a 6-day ATAL online FDP on AI-driven cybersecurity along with Dr. Venkat Ramlu, Associate Professor at Department of CSE from 18 to 23rd August 2025. Finished successfully with 145 participants from all over India. Also attended several workshops and conferences across various engineering colleges in India. Okay, I would like to welcome Dr. D. Ramesh to this program.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for coming over here. You can start the session now.
Okay. First, I'll share my screen and start my session, ma'am.
Okay. Mainly based on hands-on. Mainly give the lecture plan, sir. What are the topics you are going to cover today?
Yeah, ma'am. I'll go with first wireless security and then packet capture using Wireshark. Is my screen visible to audience?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, for
Yes, sir.
bandwidth constraints, I'll disable my video because I'm screen sharing, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So first, good evening, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. and good evening all participants. So first, actually my session actually targeted for packet capture. So how to capture network packets in real time. Before capturing that packets, madam asked to go with some wireless concepts. So what I'll do is I'll explain wireless security basics, very basics one. What type of different security mechanisms were there? What are the different attacks will happen in Wi-Fi, and a little bit enterprise scale application concept, followed by how a packet is captured in real time using Wireshark tool. So here I'm presenting my first topic, wireless security. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, wireless security, why it is becoming of more importance in real-time world networks means, just assume nowadays, in past 10 years, there is this very drastic increase in technology where even computers and laptops are equipped with Wi-Fi earlier days, and nowadays we are having different network devices, in the sense, for example, take example of smart TV, or smartphones, or smart printers, smart projectors. All these devices were connected using wireless technology, and the dependency on these devices has been drastically increased, and at the same time the attack and threat level on these devices are very high, and they are at a very risk level. So you can see in this image, you can uh, observe here there is a wireless router. So you know that you can connect a laptop wirelessly to a Wi-Fi router, and a computer wirelessly to a Wi-Fi router, as well as your smartphones you can connect to the wireless router. So all these equipments are nowadays using technology called Wi-Fi. You already know that, which is a abbreviation for wireless fidelity. So at the same time, you can guess, like, if a device is connected through a network cable or Ethernet cable, so there will be no issues because physically the device is connected from network device. For example, consider, what is a switch, right? Switch is a device which is used to connect different devices in a network. Consider, take example of your laboratory network. So where one switch is there, and more than 20 plus systems are interconnected through cable. Okay, it is called as Ethernet cable. But coming to Wi-Fi, so it will be in open environment, and Wi-Fi signals can open to that particular environment. For example, uh, 10 to 30 meters range, for example, in the network. So anyone who is having wireless scanning devices, for example, here observe, an attacker will be there, he's having wireless scanning device. He can scan the wireless signals, and he can try to connect to the network without knowing the administrator or authorities or organization. So this can be a potential risk. Okay, so actually, what is the meaning of wireless network security? So here, wireless network security, it creates layers of defense by combining, for example, encryption. It uses encryption. You already know that. What do you mean by encryption? Authentication, very basic concepts, and access control mechanism, device security, and some mechanisms like intrusion detection, IDS. So these things are implemented in wireless network security. Mainly, why we are implementing all these things means, main objective is to defend against illegal access and ensure security to the wireless network. Okay, So how to provide this kind of wireless security? Here we can have some encryption methods, for example WPA, WEP, WPA3. So these encryption methods we can use to provide security, and to avoid unauthorized parties, means attackers. So we can avoid unauthorized parties to access the data which is over transmitting over wireless networks. Okay, so main objective is to prevent unauthorized access to wireless networks. So recent trends, the latest technology or methodology we are implementing is WPA3. But right now, not all the devices are capable to have WPA3. Now we can have, for example, WPA2 or older versions. Next up, so what type of security? For example, wireless networks we can use at home. In day-to-day life, I think you have fiber network where your internet service provider, for example, your gave you one router, so that router is connected to internet over fiber or Ethernet connection. Okay. So to this Wi-Fi router at the home network devices, you are accessing your mobile phones, or you are accessing your laptops. Okay. You are connecting your devices over Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is an example of home network where not more than 10 to 15 devices. Basically, in a home network, there can be 10 to 15 people, individual mobiles, combination of laptops, not more than 15 to 20 devices we can expect in home network. Okay, for such kind of small networks, what kind of or what type of security mechanism we can provide means either we can go with WPA2. I'll explain what is WPA2 and WPA3, but for now, keep in mind like if our target is to provide wireless, I mean to provide security to home wireless networks, we can go with WPA2 or WPA3. Okay, next, little bit large scale one. That means our business networks, consider software companies or MNCs, large scale applications or large networks where we can expect more than 100 plus devices like this. For example, take example of a software company where we can have 1000 plus employees. So to cater needs of these many number of users, so we need additional devices or latest technology implementations. For example, VPN can be used, or implementation of tight firewall technologies at the premises. Next, or we can go with cloud security. Okay, I think you have little bit idea on what is VPN. VPN is a full form virtual private network where, for example, take this home network example. Uh, Consider a scenario where a software employee is doing work from home. Okay, he's using his own wireless network. It is home network. For example, I'll divide this into a part. So this is home network. This complete thing is home network over the internet connection. For example, take this as software company. Okay, at this company, the employees will connect to their servers. Okay, so these servers again they are connected to a router, their company router. Okay, like at your home you have your Wi-Fi router. Okay, at the company we'll be having enterprise scale routers. Okay, so this server is connected to router, and this router, uh, consider this cloud symbol as an internet. So this router is connected to the internet. Okay, now An employee who is performing work from home, for example, using his laptop, he connect to his home Wi-Fi router, and then he'll be having his own internet connection. From his internet connection over the internet, he will going to establish a communication link to his server where he log into his system, he performs his work, and then logs out. Okay, if we perform this activity, for example, consider if we are using internet connection, it can be treated as public network. Okay, it is called as public network. And your home network, we can call it as private network. Okay, so consider an example, same example, home network. So do you think unauthorized persons can have connection into your home router? No, because only your home people will connect your, or consider your organization people will connect to your on premises or private network. But when the data is going out of the private connection and when the data is entering into public network, there we can expect security issues. Okay, to avoid these kind of issues, when we are dealing with large scale business networks, it is better to use, for example, this data can be sent over VPN connection, virtual private network connection, where the employee laptop is configured with VPN configuration, which is given by his company VPN or his company administrator. So whenever he logs into his company server, the data, complete data in a VPN network, it is considered, it is shared in encrypted format. Okay, this is one kind of mechanism. And you know what is the meaning of a firewall? Firewall, it can be either hardware, there can be hardware firewall or there can be software firewall. Firewall in your laptop also you'll be having firewalls, right? So with the use of firewall, we can prevent unauthorized access to the systems. Okay. Next, when this server or this complete setup is using latest technology called cloud, you know, basic examples of cloud, for example, Amazon Web Services, GCP, or MS, Microsoft Azure. So all these are different platforms which are catering large scale applications of companies. Okay, so it is recommended to provide security mechanism to cloud also. Okay, next, the last point, at your premises, it is better to use strong password or use unique passwords and update your password regularly. It is recommended to change your passwords frequently, because don't use same password for so many days, because your neighbors or any person can easily crack that. Okay, so these type of different basic security mechanisms are needed in wireless networks. Next, okay, wireless security mechanisms are needed. Why it is important? Because it is the security mechanisms are used to protect data from unauthorized access. Means the users who are not legitimate or non-organizational users or outsiders. Consider a small word, you can outsiders, those who won't belong to your company or your college, those guys can be treated as outsiders or the non-legitimate users technically. So to avoid access to those parties, we need to protect data. Next, Wi-Fi signals, as I said earlier, using a different scanners, they can intercept or they can intervene into your home network. Okay, so you can think like, okay, they can intercept into our network. Okay, they do you think there can be are there any issues with that? Uh, are there any issues when an outsider enters into your home network? Can anyone tell me if unauthorized user gain access to your home network? Are there any disadvantages? Are there any effects? Anyone? Okay, so let me tell you. Uh, Nowadays, we are into IoT, right? And we are using a term called smart, or consider smart home. Smart home. In the smart home, what are the things you can expect? There can be automated gate, automated lights, okay, automated fans, and automated equipment. All these things, they are automated, right? All these are things are this smart home is controlled over wi-fi, because in the iot, the sensors all, where we can use wi-fi connection, right? If unauthorized person gain access to your home network, so he can send a signal to your gate so that he will lock you in your home itself. This kind of potential dangers nowadays you can expect because automated systems were there, or you can expect autonomous vehicles were there, right? AVs, automatic vehicles. So if someone intercepts the Wi-Fi signal of that vehicle, and if someone initiates control signals to apply brakes or some kind of thing, you can expect potential dangers, right? Next, one more important point is why wireless network security is important, because to avoid or to prevent identity theft. Okay, so if your identity is taken by someone else, you can expect financial loss in the future because your identity is used by someone. Okay. Next. So how so right now we discussed with potential threats or dangers with wireless. Okay. So how to secure our wireless networks? Basically, we can go with some encryption mechanisms where we'll be having WPA and WPA3 with advanced encryption standard mechanism encryption, and frequently change your default passwords frequently, or generally you have to change your default password. For example, if you have a Wi-Fi router, basically your ISP provider will comes to your home and he will configure your router, right? So there are I expect there are 100 plus participants in this session. So can you tell me, is your Wi-Fi or your device password secure? Your device password, it is not your Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi password is different, and your device password is different. Okay, device password is used. Device password is used to connect to your device and configure your device. Okay, Wi-Fi password is used to connect to the wireless network. That is the difference. Okay, so you have idea how to change your Wi-Fi password. So it is better to change your device Wi-Fi device password. For example, D-Link company router is there. I'm going in a practical way, so please look into this aspect. It is not technical. I'm adding practical thing also. For example, if you purchase D-Link router, and that router is having 192.168.0.1 as default IP address, in your browser, in your web browser, when you open this, for example, this web portal, uh, You will be prompted with a user ID and a password. The default user ID and password for the devices, generally username is admin, password is also admin. Basically, ISP, the guy who configures your device, if he won't change this default password, then unauthorized users can access and configure or make configurations to your Wi-Fi device. Okay, so it is better to change your default passwords. As I told, use VPNs, firewalls, latest antivirus tools, and protect your SSID. SSID means service set identifier. Identifier. Okay. What is this SSID actually? SSID means the name, whatever the name you will going to display your wireless network, right? For example, NPTEL is there. NPTEL Wi-Fi name is NPTEL. If I scan for wireless networks, I'll be displayed with n number of wireless signals, right? That signals or that names are actually called as SSID. So it is better to protect your SSID and manage your file sharing. Okay. Next up. So, what are the different techniques? These things are clear. Encryption we can use, firewalls we can use, VPNs, intrusion detection systems. I think earlier sessions you had finished with IDS and access control lists. These are very specific to routers. At ISP level, we'll take care of these things. At home networks, it is not that much needed. Next, coming to wireless encryption types, what are the different wireless encryption types? We will focus on this component only because firewalls, VPNs, these are hardware based, device based things. We cannot go with these things in just one single session. So we will focus on encryption mechanism. So different encryption mechanisms or wireless encryption types we have is we have WEP, WPA, WPA2, and WPA3. And this diagram shows the evolution of different encryption types. Okay, so the wireless standards are actually given or provided by IEEE Standards Association. Under IEEE Standards Association, if we are going with the Ethernet cable, the standard is 802.3, for example, and if we are going with wireless networks, the standard they had given is IEEE 802.11. For example, if you purchase a Wi-Fi router, if you purchase a Wi-Fi router, on that Wi-Fi router box, okay, that seal pack, at the back of side, the technical specifications, you can identify this IEEE 802.11 standard, which is used for wireless signals. For example, for old devices, we can use 2 gigahertz connection. Latest devices, we will use 5 gigahertz connection, right? These standards are taken care of by IEEE. So IEEE Association, they started before 1997. At this period, they came up with wireless equivalent privacy, WEP standard. Okay, which is very less secure. Next, the next encryption standard at 2003, they came up with WPA, Wi-Fi protected access, and then immediately in the next year, they came up with the second version, WPA 2. WPA followed by immediately followed by WPA2, and then after a long gap, they came up with a latest technology standard called WPA 3. Okay, so these are the different wireless encryption types. So what actually mean by WEP? What is WEP? It is wireless encryption protocol. It uses static key. Keep in mind, it uses static key. For example, if I create a key under WEP, that key is same for everyone. That same key is shared to all the users in the network. All the users in the network. Before WEP standard, there is no security mechanisms. A wireless is open to protect the network. They came up with the idea to came up with they came up with a static key, single key that is shared between all the users on the network, and it uses 64 or 128-bit encryption standard, and it is very hard to configure and can be easily susceptible by the malicious users. Okay. To avoid these issues, next one, WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access Protocol, which is not static, it is dynamic key. Changing behavior will be there. So dynamic keys are generated and they are shared between the networks. The comparison with the WEP and WPA is, this is the previous one, it is static. The second one, it is dynamic. So one in this WPA, it is dynamic in nature. So if one user key is compromised by the attacker, only that user will be at risk, because we are using dynamic keys over here. Another user will be having some other key. Okay, and it uses stronger encryption than WP. And next advancement with WPA is Wi-Fi Protected Access Protocol version 2 dynamic key, and shared between users. So here it uses stronger encryption than WEP and WPA. The comparison between WPA and WEP. So WEP static keys, weak encryption, and it can be easily compromised. WPA dynamic keys, stronger encryption. And WPA2, the difference is WPA uses dynamic key, WPA2 uses dynamic key. Only the difference is here AES, Advanced Encryption Standard Mechanism, is used, which makes it more secure. Okay. Next, that is the difference between both the things. And this is overall comparison between all the things. WEP, the first one, WEP, next WPA, WPA2, and WPA3. And with the same diagram, you can observe 1997, 2003, 2004, 2018. Here, at this specific point, you can observe there is drastic increase with IoT devices, and all smart devices came into picture. Large number of devices came into picture, so they came up with the latest standard where they uses AES, CCMP, and GCMP types, and it uses a maximum 256-bit for session key management, and the security provided by this WPA3 is very high, but there is some little bit complexity when during deployment of WPA3. Okay. Next, coming to the different types of attacks. Of course, we learned different types of security mechanisms we can expect with WPA, WPA2 until WPA3. Okay, no issues. But what kind of attacks we can expect over wireless networks? Okay, so basic, starting with the fundamental basic attack. The first one is war driving. You know what do you mean by driving? For example, driving a car. Like war driving means it is a attack mechanism in which the attacker continuously moves around in a locality. Continuously, he will continuously moves in a locality to identify if there are any open networks were there. Open network means a Wi-Fi signal with no password. Consider it as an open Wi-Fi network. So in war driving, the attacker continuously, either in barefoot or in a car, he will continuously move around the locality to search for any Wi-Fi networks or open Wi-Fi networks, and he will try to access that network. This is a one type of attack. Nowadays, everyone is having a very bare minimum password. So the next type of attack we can expect is WEP attack, where attacker tries to crack the shared keys. This is the actually this is the weakness of WEP, right? So here the cracked keys are attacker tries to crack the keys and he will try to enter into the network. Okay. Next, WPA attack. So in this type of attack, here I provided one example how attackers capture four-way handshake when a device connects to Wi-Fi. Consider a scenario: your friend comes to your home, he asks for the password, you share the password. So using that password, your friend will insert that password in the mobile or laptop. After successful authentication, that device will get access to the network. This is a basic procedure, right? So just consider same basic steps. So here client, during your WP attack, a client will be there, an access point will be there. So in this case, a regular six packet exchange, for example, authentication mechanism, six packets, they'll try to make conversation, right? So they calculate a key value, and access point asks for some authentication mechanism, consider authentication mechanism. So the client device provides the key and access point calculates that one. Okay. After successful calculation, and if everything is okay, key is matching, so a message will be sent by the access point to the device that successful key will be shared, and after that installation, acknowledgement message will be shared back to the access point. After this procedure, actual communication will takes place. Communication link will takes place. Here you have to observe, this is number one, this is number two, message number three, and message number four. So in WPA attack, it is a type of attack where attacker mainly captures the four-way handshake. They need, attacker need this message, this message, this message, this message. Using these four conversational messages, he will try to perform attack at very next level. Okay. Next, types of wireless attacks. The second, another type of attack is replay attack. You know what is the meaning of replay? Means again transmitting same data again and again. For example, you will play videos, replay kind of thing, right? Same thing. Attacker spies on information being sent. Okay, whatever the information is being sent, so between actual sender and receiver. Okay, whatever the data is transmitted between sender and receiver, attacker will spy on that information. Once attacker spied on that information, he will intercept. Observe this image. Sender is there and server is there. This is the receiver. This is the sender. Sender is sending some message. This is a actual path. Okay. So in replay attack, what attacker will perform is he will capture a copy of this message, and after some time the attacker will retransmit this copied message to the server, so that server will think like it is the data from the sender, and then it will initiate a communication. So this type of attack can be performed, replay attack. Next, Wi-Fi spoofing. It is like, spoofing means it is like faking. For example, your network, for example, Kerala 123 is the SSID name or Wi-Fi signal name. Okay. Attacker will also create a duplicate SSID with the same name from his device. User won't know whether this is the actual or this is the actual one. This is what happens in Wi-Fi spoofing. Instead of connecting to the original or secured network by mistakenly, so the victim will connect to the unsecured network which is created by the hacker. So he will communicate to the attacker, and hacker will gain access to his system and they can copy the data. Wi-Fi spoofing. Jamming attack. So in this type of attack, they won't copy or do any kind of thing. Instead, the attacker disrupts the communication. Disrupt means there will be no packet transfer activity. Okay, consider why they used unmanned aerial vehicles, because with the control signal only the vehicles will move from one location to another location, right? If information is not transferred to the device regularly, the device cannot move further without any signals, right? So the attacker will intercept to the wireless network and sends jamming signals to the devices with the same frequency, with the same technology, with the same frequency. He will send signals to the device. Okay, so this creates congestion and thereby disruption of the services. Okay, next, man in the middle attack. This is, I think you are familiar with this one. This is a very simple. Normal user will be there. He is trying to access a web application. For example, he is trying to access SBI State Bank information. This is his regular pathway. So in this pathway, the attacker secretly he intercepts into this communication channel, because Wi-Fi is open in the network, right? If you are initiating transactions, it is over the Wi-Fi only. It will be sent to the router, right? Over the Wi-Fi. Okay, so hacker can intercept into that connection. He can alter the communication, or he can try to copy the data without knowledge of this user. That is called as man in the middle attack. Next, packet sniffing. This is the actual target topic for the our next topic, packet capture. Okay, will be there. So packet sniffing. In the packet sniffing, sniffing means intercepting and analyzing the data packets that are transmitted over a Wi-Fi signal. Okay, your home network is there. Some random fellow will be out of your home on the road. He will gain or intercept to your Wi-Fi signal. He will analyze data packets, whatever the data is transmitted over the Wi-Fi. Okay, he will just try to capture your sensitive information. This is highly dangerous. He will capture sensitive information. Actual victim user, we can call it as victim. The hacker who targets a person, we can technically call it him as a victim. Victim won't have any information that his data is being captured by the attacker. That messages are intercepted, and they capture, or attacker capture, sensitive information. The sensitive information, for example, email messages. Okay, you may think like, okay, email messages are that much important. For example, nowadays you are getting a bank transaction, some kind of thing. I can include one more important thing: OTP. For any financial transactions, you are getting OTP messages, right? Instead of email messages, instant messages, attacker can capture your OTP message. For example, nowadays scammers, what they are doing is, with the victim information, with victim credentials or information, attacker will initiate a purchase or transaction. For example, Amazon website. Okay, from the Amazon website, the password or OTP authentication is sent to actual user, right? Actually, Hacker is having or intercepting these messages, right? By gaining access to this OTP message, he can simply perform the transaction. Okay, that type of danger you can expect with packet sniffing. Consider if your laptop is connecting to any Wi-Fi network, be careful your packets are not sniffed. Packets means a piece of data. Either it can be your email message. For example, most of the faculty members were there. For example, you are sending question papers, highly sensitive question papers over email, so this can be intercepted by the hacker if he performs packet sniffing onto your device or onto your network. Okay, so that is the thing about different types of attacks. Next, we move on to little bit upper scale version, which is called as enterprise. For example, take example of software companies. Large amount of they are called as large organizations, large government institutions, schools, companies, where we can expect for example, in your college there are 300 plus computers. For example, all your laboratories, 300 plus computers, and your faculty, students, laptops, you can expect 200 plus. And this complete entire college network, for example, our college network, we're having 6,000 plus faculty and students, and all the laboratories were having 4,000, almost 4,000 plus systems in the network. So expect at large organizations 10,000 kind of thing. That large network will be there. So their wireless security will be a big issue to control all these many number of devices. So to avoid or to provide security, to avoid all these interception mechanisms and to provide enhanced security, here at enterprise wireless networks, we will deploy firewalls, access control lists, intrusion detection systems, DLP systems, and for remote operations, we can go with virtual private networks. So always according to the organizational requirement, because not all the organizations can go for VPNs. It is little bit costly, for example. Else they can go with software based firewalls with tight security measures. Okay, so whichever the best applicable, you have to, or companies have to go with that particular enterprise scale wireless security. Next, okay, we implemented firewalls or security. We implemented security devices onto our network. So how to monitor? How to monitor, take care of these networks? Because networks will run on 24 into 7 basis, right? If you sleep at night, for example, in our Kakatiya University, when I was a network administrator, at night after 1:30 or 2 o'clock at the night, we got attacks from Chinese China IP addresses. Okay, at that time, basically we will sleep at that time, right? At that time, you cannot expect in 24 into 7 basis. You cannot expect at any instant. You can We cannot predict at any moment attack may come, right? It can performed at any moment. So our devices should be tightly secured to provide enhanced security to our network. Okay, so how to monitor or configure or control these devices, apply latest updates onto these devices, how to identify threats on 24 into 7 basis. Manually it will be little bit hectic. So to avoid these issues, we can go with software or monitoring tools for enterprise scale networks. Okay, next, for wireless security in enterprise networks, basically employees, customers will be there. It is better to use different Wi-Fi networks for internal employees and outside customers. Next, usage of different passwords for guests. And MAC means media access control. For every computer or any device, MAC address will be there, which is a unique address. Like IP address, there is MAC address for every network device. So MAC filtering should be set up at your router. So if any outside devices are trying to connect to your network, we have our device MAC information, right? A device which is not belong to our MAC ID, you can treat or you can block that at the with the help of router. Next, changing default password on the router, like I said earlier. Next, implementation of wireless intrusion prevention systems. You learned what is IPS. If we are deploying this in wireless networks, we can call it as wireless intrusion prevention system, wireless intrusion detection system. Next, implementation of TLS, transport layer security. Nowadays all the websites https TLS mechanisms are used with TLS with extensible authentication protocol, because if we are dealing with wireless networks, to enhance the security, it is better to go with TLS and EAP. Just make a note of these two components, TLS along with the EAP mechanism. So it gives tight security to your wireless networks. Next, if organization having guest wireless network, it should be distinct, not mixed up with our company or organization or our primary network. It should be separated. Guest network should be separated from our primary network. Okay. Next, what are the different monitoring tools? Like I said, 24 into 7 monitoring platforms or tools which are available in the market. There are plenty of tools. I mentioned very important tools used in the enterprise networks. So these tools are used for network discovery. What are the devices connected in your network? Like that log files we can generate using network discovery, performance of your network, security, compliance, all these kind of things. Instead of using manual, we can go with implementation of tools. And there are plenty of tools and softwares available in the market, but I came up with uh, for example, Logic Monitor, which is a cloud-based infrastructure monitoring platform. You can deploy over there. There is one more important one, which is best one, Manage Engine. For example, OP Manager. It is a tool. These are tool names or software names, or you can use Datadog. So these are network monitoring and management tools. Using these tools, we will provide security to our networks. Clear? So up to this part, we discussed with what is the importance of wireless security. Next, what are the methods implemented in wireless security? For example, WP, WPA, all these mechanisms. Next, what are the different types of attacks we can expect over wireless connections? Next, how to safeguard against attacks, like usage of monitoring tools to provide security to wireless networks. Clear? So with this, my first topic is ended, and next topic, how to capture a packet in real time. There are plenty of tools available in the market, but I'll use Wireshark tool. If there are any queries related to this topic, I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'll go with my second topic, Wireshark. If you had any queries with this wireless implementations or firewall, some kind of thing, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Hello, madam.
Sir, I'm having a doubt. As you specified about autonomous vehicles,
Yes.
actually, we can expect brute force attack, replay attack, and all.
Yes.
But most possible attack, VPN attack will be there
Which one, ma'am?
in autonomous vehicles.
Which attack?
WPA attack.
Yeah, we can expect, ma'am.
The most actually brute force attack is main, right?
Ma'am, but in this type of mechanism, AVs are little bit complicated because right now we discussed with home networks, they are at uh, they are static actually. They won't move anywhere. But when coming to AV, these are actually mobility will be there, right?
Yeah.
When AVs are connecting with, I think they are connecting with base stations, right?
Yeah.
So you need to take care of security between AVs to base station.
Yes.
Router will be after the base station, but your target should be you should focus on the communication link between AV and base station and any interceptions from attacker directly onto AV. There can be chances like this also. Not in this link. You can expect some vulnerabilities to AV. For example, if you use some wireless devices, if AV is having open network, for example, if it is accepting any messages from any devices, for example, broadcast, if AVs are listening such kind of things, it should be disabled. So you should go with such kind of not only these kind of things. With my knowledge, I am sharing little bit of information, but WPA mainly is used to establish communication path between your AV and base station, right?
Yeah.
So not only this one, you can expect directly onto the AV also. When AV is moving, nearby attacker also will try to connect to AV like I told Wi-Fi spoofing, right?
Yes. There is a chance for
Yeah, yeah. An attacker will make spoofing like he's a base station.
Okay.
It should also be taken care of, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, while sharing, you had already mentioned about that static and dynamic keys.
Yeah.
For in this case also, we need to use the dynamic keys. Static.
Actually, dynamic keys are very much better.
Yeah.
But the problem with dynamic keys are when you are into research, our constraints are like the resource usage should be minimal. Got my point, madam?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, this will
Storage
also
will be an
be
issue, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Going to dynamic is a good aspect, but we should take care of resource usages of or the load on the AV also we should take care of.
But
So
actually, we need to make some while using that dynamic keys. There will be session, right?
yes,
For
ma'am.
each session, it will be changing. Like
Yes.
that, it is okay. Okay, sir.
So in the dynamic only, you should go with a mechanism which is using very minimal resources.
Minimal resource. So, is
That
there any methods for creating that dynamic keys?
regarding AV, I have to search, ma'am. Actually, I'm into enterprise networks, static kind of things actually.
Okay, sir.
If there are any possibilities there, I'll try to share information through she'll be madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any more doubts? Kindly raise your hand. Sir, I have one question.
Ma'am.
We can enable security at different ways.
Okay.
Mainly MAC filtering is used in institutions.
Yeah, we use MAC filtering, ma'am.
Okay, that should be done at the each endpoint or done at the
No,
center
ma'am.
location.
Actually, I'll do a MAC filtering in at my home router also. For example, in your home, for example, there are 5 people were there who is using 5 mobile phones, right? Each mobile device will be having, so total 5 MACs will be there, right? We will register only these 5 MACs onto the router. Same thing in the college also, if there are 200 faculty members, all the faculty members laptop or desktop MAC addresses are registered onto the router.
Okay, sir.
This is the very safest option because router has capability to store that many number of addresses.
Okay. Then everything will be
Sir,
filtered at the center point.
Yeah.
And in some devices, Mac filtering done at the device itself. That's also.
Yes, ma'am. After MAC, after successful MAC only, identification only, actual authentication takes place.
Okay.
Otherwise, this step will be a failure. If there is no successful authentication, there will be no communication link from router to the device.
Okay. Okay. And it's very costly to purchase some intrusion detection systems and
Yes, ma'am. But
firewalls.
we have options like we can go with software by installing a server, and in that, in Kakti University, I installed firewall softwares. For example, PF Sense is there. It is a company open source. Monowall is there, and we can have unified threat management systems. Open source softwares were there, so we can download freely, and you can install these in your PC, and your PC become an IDS, IPS, unified threat management system. You don't need to, if you have any budget constraints, you don't need to purchase high-end firewalls. Instead, you can make your normal PC into a unified threat management system by downloading these softwares.
And it will compromise the performance if
No,
you.
ma'am. I used, for example, I used Untangle. Okay. So with a good RAM and CPU configuration, we can install this because we are not ISPs, right? We are
Yes.
not internet service providers, so we can go with alternative options.
Okay. Here we have some cyber room.
Yeah, cyber roam is there, but you need to purchase, I think.
Now that is expired like that. We are
Yeah,
managing.
we need to purchase, but I'm telling about open source platforms. Open source. These are freeware.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable session.
Okay, ma'am.
Can move to the next portion.
Okay, ma'am. Just now I changed my PPT, ma'am. Is it visible? Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, dear participants, now I'm going to explain about a real-time packet capture tool called Wireshark, and this tool is actually open source, or it is a freeware. There is no constraint with this. It is a very freeware. I'll share the link to download or how to install these. I'll mention these steps. So, using Wireshark, we can actually capture real time or live traffic. Okay. After completion of this session, you can capture live traffic of your home network, or at your college also you can capture live traffic. Okay. So actually Wireshark, it is a open source network protocol analysis software. You know what is a network protocol? There are plenty of network protocols. For example, TCP is there, UDP is there. For web applications, we have HTTP, and the latest secured one, HTTPS. For file transfers, we have FTP. For network management and monitoring, we have SNMP. And for domain naming applications, we have DNS protocol is there. Like this, we have plenty of protocols to initiate communication and data transfer purposes. Okay, so using Wireshark tool, we can target that particular protocols, and we can try to capture that data over real-time networks. And this Wireshark is actually, it is a global organization of network specialists, where top scale software developers were supporting this Wireshark tool. So you can simply download this tool. It is backed up by software developers all over the globe, and they are making continuous updates to include latest technologies. For example, if we are going to have 5G, next version of Wireshark, you can you can expect 5G technology scanning thing. For example, right now we have wireless standard. The latest standard we are expecting Wi-Fi 6, right? If older version of Wireshark is not having Wi-Fi 6, with the help of these software developers, in the next revision we can expect Wi-Fi 6 also. So this is very up-to-date software, and it can support different types of encryption methods. Next, one important note regarding Wireshark is uh, basically it is very easy to use. It is very easy to capture the network traffic. For example, if Wireshark tool is installed into your laptop, you can just connect it to your some any network. Okay, either it can be wired or wireless network. If you have access to a network, then simply you can start capturing the packets. But special note is, if it is your home network, you are responsible. It is your home network, no issues. But if you are trying to deploy this Wireshark packet capturing tool in some other organizations, it is better you have to take prior permission, because for example, I already told an attack called packet sniffing, right? Where an attacker tries to intercept a communication link between sender and receiver. He's trying to capturing the packets. He copies the packet, right? If you are deploying Wireshark, consider you will fall under such kind of category. So it is better to take prior permission of the organization for inspecting network packets. Okay, and usage of Wireshark without permission is actually, it is illegal. So do perform this. If you are an employee of a college, you can perform, but outside networks. So take permission and deploy this one. How actually Wireshark works? It is a sniffer tool, analysis tool. It works with Ethernet, Bluetooth, wireless, token ring, frame relay, all different types of technologies it will work. And whenever it captures the data, it filters. Wireshark filters the log before capture start, because the memory will be, for example, if I run Wireshark today, some amount of data will be there in my memory, right? So tomorrow, if I try to again perform packet analysis, the Wireshark will filter out the earlier log and starts analysis afresh. So you can narrow down and zero in all. Next, in Wireshark, we can filter the traffic. In the real-time traffic, as I mentioned, there are plenty of protocols. For example, in your network, someone is downloading a file. It is an FTP activity, and someone is browsing NPTEL website. It is HTTPS activity. Like that, someone is browsing websites. There can be DNS kind of thing. We can expect it. So it is a mixture of all the protocols. So we can filter out the traffic in the Wireshark. There is a filter option is there. I'll show it to you. And using Wireshark filter, we can make analysis of whatever the packets we needed. Instead of wasting time on unnecessary traffic, we can deploy filters. If I want HTTP traffic, in the filter, I apply only HTTP, and my laptop or system which is having Wireshark will capture only HTTP traffic. That's it. So where or when to use Wireshark. So it can be used for research kind of things, but generally network administrators they'll used to troubleshooting the problems. For example, in the university, I got a complaint in one specific department, like they are getting very low speed of internet. They're having, for example, we have a technical term called bandwidth. Internet bandwidth is slow, but for example, it is a biology department. Next to that, there is a zoology department, and their internet speed is very high. But how to I troubleshoot these kind of things, because it is related to packets? There I can implement this Wireshark. I'll analyze, are there any packets which are making congestion, which makes loss of bandwidth. Okay. Next, security engineers, they monitor for any security vulnerabilities in their network. Next, quality assurance engineers, they will try to verify their applications whether they are quality or not. Developers who are going to implement or create new protocols, they will try to they use it for debugging applications. And normal network users, like you are beginners, right? They you can use this Wireshark to learn about specific protocols. And when we should not use this Wireshark. Okay, so if you don't have clear understanding about network protocols, better learn about different network protocols, then use this one. Next, grab traffic from locations other than your local computer. I told you, take permission. Okay, other than your local computer, don't try to grab traffic from other systems or networks. And Wireshark is not here to notify you. It is not a software or any monitoring tool to notify you, to provide you alerts. Wireshark is a analysis or packet capturing and analysis software only. It is not a alerting software. So where you can download a Wireshark. So Wireshark, you can go to website www.wireshark.org. There, download button will be there. Wireshark is available for Windows. It is available for Mac OS. It is available for Linux also. So depending upon your operating system, choose a specific thing. Wireshark. Here in this PPT, I mentioned because Macs, most of the users were having Microsoft Windows installed in their computers or laptops. So I mentioned here Microsoft Windows, and in the Windows, either according to your device configuration, 32-bit or 64-bit. So do pick correct version, operating system version, and do install. Right now, this is the old one. Right now, you can expect four version number 4 advanced version of Wireshark. So let me show you that website. So directly you can type the website address wireshark.org. So here, this is a website portal for Wireshark. So go to downloads. As it is open source, you can download source codes, you can create your own product, or simply click on download. It will provide multiple options: old version, latest version. The latest version is 4.6.0. If your system is Windows 64-bit installer, click on that one. Download option will be there. Click on save, and then open your Wireshark, downloaded Wireshark, install Wireshark onto your system. Okay, install Wireshark onto your system, and then start utilizing that. So first I'll go with PPT, and then again same I will show you with live demonstration. So this is a slide related to how to capture a packet on Wireshark. When you first open the Wireshark, your Wireshark screen will be displayed with multiple options. For example, my laptop is having multiple Ethernet adapters. Wi-Fi adapter is there. I'm using virtualization, VMware software, those adapters were there. Loopback adapter is there. Next, I have Wi-Fi adapter is there. Ethernet adapter is there. For LAN cable, Ethernet connection is there. All these adapters, network adapters, are displayed as a list. So in this list, let me clear this thing. In this adapter, you can identify a graph will be displayed. Graph means some kind of activity is going on. That means, for example, if my Wi-Fi right now, if I connected to my Wi-Fi, I can expect a Wi-Fi activity or choose an adapter which is having activity. In the next slide, I clicked on that one and clicked on packet capture, and packet capture will be started. Here, all the protocols, because I'm not using any filter, all the protocols will be captured. Okay, this is a sample captured packet in real time. How to analyze the packets, I'll show it to you. Filters, I'll show it to you. So I'll open Wireshark. Just keep an eye on this one. In my Windows, I'm right clicking on that one. Take administrator privileges, because we need to analyze the packets, right? It will ask for S. Click on S. I hope it is visible to everyone. Okay. This is the screen IDE interface of a Wireshark. When you first open your Wireshark, this is the screen you can expect. So in this one, all these are different adapters which are used to connect to other systems or thing. So in this one, right now I have been connected to my Ethernet connection. Ethernet is there, or local area connection is there. So a graph is being generated, right? So this is my actual thing. Earlier I connected to my Wi-Fi. So there I got my activity. Right now I connected to Ethernet cable connection. Okay. So if I connect to Wi-Fi, I can expect traffic over here, and I need to choose Wi-Fi. Right now I connected to cable Ethernet connection. So I'll choose this one, double click on that particular adapter. And here you can observe maximum UDP traffic is going on, right? Because I'm taking session, I'm sharing my screen to all of you, right? It is connected over UDP, and max number of UDP data is transmitting onto Google server. From there, you are getting my live video content. So if I won't stop live capturing, my memory will be filled up with this huge amount of data. So it is better to stop. And you can observe these are, each single entity is a packet. Each single item is a packet. So this is how we will capture a packet using Wireshark. Okay, all these are the things. And just view at this top level, we are having menu items: file, edit, view, go, capture, analyze, statistics, telephone. All these are options. You are beginners for this Wireshark, so I won't go in-depth details onto these things. Instead, I'll show you how to capture traffic. So I think you are familiar with TCP. You are familiar with UDP. You know what is HTTP. You know what is address resolution protocol. ICMP. This is for network monitoring and managing purpose protocol. We will use ICMP. I'll capture all these packets one after other. Simple thing, what you have to do is, at this software name is Wireshark, and the icon for this software is that shark tail, right? You can observe a blue color symbol over here. So that is the icon chosen by the developers for this Wireshark. So to start, right now I stopped capturing of data, right? if I want to start capturing of packets, right below the file menu, right below that, we have a button called Start Capture. Or else you have an option menu item called Capture. In that capture, you can click on Start, or you can directly click on Start icon over here. If I click on Start icon, my through my Ethernet adapter, the Wireshark will start capturing the packets. Observe again. I'll go with continue without saving previous data. It will started again from the beginning, and right now it is again capturing the live traffic. Okay, so this is how we can capture live traffic data, and we got plenty of data. Now I need to identify different protocols. For example, let us start with TCP, Transmission Control Protocol packets. So there are plenty of. If you start capturing and leave your system, you can expect 1 lakh plus records captured, right? Out of those many data items, I want only TCP data, right? So here, observe each item is divided into column. The first one is serial number. So serial number column is there. How many packets we had captured within 1 minute? We got 5,233 packets captured within just 1 minute. I started and stopped immediately. I got 5,233. If I initiate capturing for 1 hour, you can expect how many data items we will get, right? Next to the serial number column, we have timestamp and we have source. Source means when we are dealing with networking, expect address, source address will be IP address. Okay, this is IPv4 address. Next, I customized. When you install Wireshark, don't expect this one, the port number, source port, destination port. I customized and included in this one. Right after source, you can expect destination. My laptop IP address right now, it is 192.168.32.88. It is connected to destination server 74, 125, 250, 243. I think all the destination addresses are same. So I can say like this IP address belongs to, right now we connected to Google Meet, right? It belongs to Google, and it is connected on port number 3478, and the protocol used is UDP, and the packet length and basic info of that packet. Okay, so out of all these things, I want to filter out. So this is about capturing and analyzing packets. Okay, so the next slide is TCP packet capture. So observe here, I included the format. When we are dealing with protocols, each protocol will be having some specific format. So here, right at bottom right corner, I included TCP header format. So in this header format, in the header, except data, the header will include source port number, destination port number, sequence number, acknowledgement number, and data bits, reserved bits, flag bits, window size, checksum bits, urgent pointer, and optional fields. All these are different fields belonging to TCP, and each field will be having some information, right? For example, source number, destination number, some information should be there, right? So if we capture TCP packet in Wireshark, you expect same data captured here. Okay, observe the above picture, source port, destination port, or I'll show it in your Wireshark. Observe. So out of all these things, I want to filter out TCP items only. So here, like web browser, we have address bar. In Wireshark, this white space, this I think it is visible to you. This white space, right after file icon, we have start capture button. Below that start capture button, we have bookmarks button. Next to the bookmarks button, we have apply display filter. So I want to filter out only TCP data. What I have to include? TCP and hit enter. Okay, so total 5,000 data items were captured actually, but right now 5,000 out of 5,000 data items only TCP protocol observe the this field TCP field, the protocol field only TCP traffic has been shown, right? So click on any packet. If you click on any packet at the bottom window, this is the bottom window, right? If you click any packet, that corresponding packet data will be shown over here. So I captured a packet, I click on the packet, that packet information will be shown over here. Or you can right click on a packet, okay? You can click on show packet in a new window. So this is new window which is displaying transmission control protocol data, and observe, this is the data we got, right? What is the TCP header format? Source port, destination port, sequence number, acknowledgement number, right? Observe. Source port. What is the port number? 443. Destination port. Next, sequence number, acknowledgement number. Next, the flags data, window, checksum, urgent pointer, okay, and TCP segment data. Clear? So I think you understood this concept. This complete TCP header information is captured by our Wireshark. If you rewrite this, you can build this TCP header format. Clear? So like this, for example, the next one is UDP packet, user datagram protocol format. At the bottom right corner, we have the header format of UDP, which is having only 4 fields: source port, destination port, total length, checksum. Only 4 fields. Each field is having 16-bit in length. Okay, only 4 fields. So in the Wireshark, in the filters option, instead of TCP, what I have to use? I need UDP, right? Click on UDP and hit enter. We got UDP data. Observe here at the bottom window, we have UDP user datagram protocol data. Clear? Or for better visibility, I'll clicking on right click on the packet. I'm clicking on show packet in new window. Here, observe user datagram protocol, source port, destination port, checksum, and then timestamp, and then followed by the data. Observe here, source port, destination port, total length, checksum. Is it the same field? Checksum, source, destination port, length field is there, source port is there. 4 fields data is there, right? Next, I want to capture ICMP packet. ICMP means Internet Controlled Messaging Protocol. So same here, ICMP. I'll click on ICMP. It is unlike TCP or UDP connection. These are network management protocol related data. So in the ICMP, in order to capture ICMP data, these are network related protocols. One easy option for you is, I think all of you are familiar with ping command. For example, I want to perform network connectivity check with my computer to Google server. For example, uh, when I was network administrator, if someone complains about like I'm not getting internet connection, the first thing I'll do is at the client system, I'll open command prompt. After verifying the IP address configurations, first I'll perform connectivity with the internet. So what I'll do is, we have a command called ping command. So I'll try to send some packets to Google. So here google.com, ping space Google, make a note of this, ping space google.com. If you are not getting internet connection, try to use this command. If you get reply, then there is a connectivity is there, internet connectivity is there with your system, but some DNS kind of configurations were changed, right? So I'm clicking on enter. So I got reply from Google server. Okay, I got reply from Google server, and here ICMP, clicking on that one, capture, I didn't started capturing of packets. After ICMP, I'll start capturing. Okay. Now again, I'll send ICMP data, ping google.com. Observe, Wireshark is capturing the packets. So total 4 bytes sent. 4 bytes sent means we received 4 bytes also. So total sent is 4, received is 4. So total 8 message transfers were there. Observe how many transfers were there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is ping. Observe in the info section, observe ping request. So I requested, Google sent me a reply. I requested, Google sent me a reply. So 4 requests, 4 replies I got. So what is the format of ICMP means? This is at the right bottom corner. You can observe this is the format of ICMP, and corresponding data. For example, type, code, checksum, header, payload. Observe, I'm clicking on any packet, show packet in a new window. ICMP, Internet Control Messaging Protocol, expand that one. Observe here, type, code, checksum, identifier fields, sequence number, and the data. Got it? So we successfully captured ICMP data also. Next, one more protocol, ARP. I think I'll skip this one because most of you don't know ARP, address resolution mapping. ARP means it is a protocol which is used to map MAC addresses with the physical addresses. So if you want ARP, you can simply in the filter you can apply ARP. We can have ARP packets also, and address resolution protocol format will be there. And one last option I'll show it to you, which you are very familiar with, that is HTTP packet. When can we expect HTTP packet? Means in the web browser, if you open any website, so it can be hypertext transfer protocol traffic. But earlier days, it is unsecured connections, HTTP were used. Right now, all the connections were secured. For example, I'll show you in the browser. For example, observe. Right now, we opened Wireshark, right? For example, google.com, I'll open. Observe in the address bar, we are getting which protocol? HTTPS. It is not HTTP, we are getting HTTPS. Okay. Nowadays, for better security, and you observe this lock icon. Small lock icon is there, means HTTPS is there. Right now, nowadays, no servers were using HTTP protocols, but in the Google, you can search. First, we will apply HTTP filter. Right now, I didn't get any HTTP data because if you open any website, NPTEL, AICT, any website, it is HTTPS. But do you know any website which is using HTTP connection? So for that, test in the Google test website for HTTP. It will show some websites. HTTP forever website is there. I'm opening this website which works on the protocol HTTP. Lock icon is not there, not secure, means it is working on HTTP connection. And come back to this Wireshark. Observe, Wireshark captured all the information, all protocols HTTP information, right? Yes or no? So here you can observe it is unencrypted data. We sniffed the data, and observe here. I cannot zoom because my screen is in sharing mode. So right after TCP, HTTP protocol is there, right? HTTP protocol is there, and certificate file is there. You can observe here. So HTTP content, the data, everything is there. So here request URI, everything is there. And I'll try to open another website, for example, any other website, HTTP URL for testing. This is another website. It works only on HTTP. For your better understanding, I'll finish off in a few minutes. This is the last protocol I'm demonstrating. I'll stop capturing. Okay. In the filter, I'm including HTTP. I'll start capturing again, continue without saving, and I'll open another website, testing mcafeesites.com. So this website is displaying multiple URLs. You can observe HTTP website is there. First, I'll try to open one link. So that link got successfully opened, and observe in Wireshark, one activity we got, HTTP activity, and port number we got, right? So like this, you can verify complete data, or I can go with another link. So in the link, what is the message displayed? This is an example URL which you should be categorized. Okay, this is the actual data. Observe in the Wireshark, we got another two packets captured, HTTP packets captured. Observe here, uh, line based text data. Observe here what happens if you are using unencrypted, not HTTPS. If you are using HTTP, observe here, I got complete information displayed by simply capturing the packet. Observe here. What is the title? URL for testing category art, body content. And here observe what is the content we got captured in the Wireshark. This is an example URL which should be categorized in art culture. This page simply, or if you can see this text, it was not blocked by any filter. This is the content we captured in the Wireshark. And observe what is the data displayed. If you can see this text, it was not blocked by any filter. So by sniffing or capturing the traffic, we can simply get the data. This is a basic demonstration for HTTP protocol, but nowadays we are having HTTPS connections. So to capture HTTPS connections, I'll share you that link how to capture HTTPS, because over HTTPS encrypted data will be sent. Like this, I demonstrated TCP, UDP. There are plenty of protocols you can use in this filter, and you can capture the packets. And this is real-time traffic data. And you can experiment with all the options available over here. For example, if I click on flow graph, observe here, this is a graph which is displayed like, for example, in your UML diagrams, state chart, some kind of activity will be there, right? It is showing who has, and it is responding. All these data items like this you can capture. And one most important point which is connected to, because the organizer madam Shibli madam wonderfully kept all these topics, because IDS IPS you cleared in previous sessions. Now you can easily get the knowledge about that one. Next, the connectivity. Next connectivity for this one is, for example, I captured this amount of traffic, right? For example, how many 79,000 packets we captured in 2 to 5 minutes, right? So manually to verify or to check this much amount of data, it is impossible for us. Clear. So how to tackle with this much amount of data, that too in live traffic, means again we can go for tools. We can go for tools which can analyze. I identified, for example, one good in the last day of this FDP. Madhuri ma'am, she is also one of our friend. Shibili madam ma'am, I and Madhuri ma'am, Binod sir, Debashish sir. We all are in CDAC under training. We were friends over there. So I think Madhuri ma'am will take care of Splunk tool and SIAM tools, SIEM, which is related to Security Operations Center, and SIEM. So to implement these things, we have tools available in the market. For example, Splunk is a Cisco company product, and Wazoo, I think, one more tool she'll go into deploy. So whatever the packets captured over here, this complete data we can store, file, save, we can store as packet capture PCA PNG in one file. So that becomes your dump or database, and you can give or you can store this complete information in Excel sheet or CSV file format or JSON format, and you can apply machine learning algorithms because your machine learning models needs data set, right? So using Wireshark with this live traffic, you can consider this complete thing as a data set, and over this data set you can perform some machine learning algorithms for providing some predictions about the network related things. That is one point. And this FDP last day, I think you can expect a good topics related to SOC and SIM for Splunk network monitoring. It belongs to cyber security domain. Okay, for Splunk tools also we can provide this, whatever the data captured in Wireshark as a file, we can provide this input to that tool and perform real-time analytics and logs, which you can monitor those things in visual format. You can create graphs, heat maps, like that thing. Clear? So this is all about Wireshark. With this tool, you can capture the traffic, different protocols you can capture, and then finally you can use this captured data as a data set for your machine learning projects also, for any analysis or predictions kind of things. So with this my session with Wireshark is completed, and if there are any queries you can ask.
Sir, you said that we can know how congestion, where is congestion in the network
Yes, yeah, yes ma'am.
in this tool.
Yes
How is it possible, sir?
ma'am, come again please.
How is it possible to know about congestion in the network with the help of Wireshark tool?
Yes ma'am. For example, let me tell you one example. When I'm a network administrator at my university, for example, we can expect traffic in daytime, right? After starting of college, 9 to 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, right? Other
Okay.
than hours, we cannot expect any traffic, right? But
Okay.
traffic has been generating in non-official hours. What does it mean? Some suspicious activity is going on, right? That is point number one.
Yes.
Next, we have malicious, for example, malicious websites, malicious IP addresses.
Okay.
We have generally we can download spam databases. You know
Okay.
what is spam, right? We can download spam database. In the spam database, the attacker's server site addresses were mentioned in the spam database. And in your network, if any computer is having or initiating connections with that specific IP address, we can track that. We can eliminate that also.
Okay. Okay.
Like that, we can identify.
Sir, we are Wireshark. In Wireshark, normally we get the communication with our system, right?
No,
All the
not our system, madam. Actually, my laptop is right now connected to my network, right?
yes.
It is sniffing onto the network.
Okay.
It is like you are sitting at the roadside and
Okay.
you are observing public,
Okay.
like that only. It is capturing data, I mean, traffic from the network which I connected.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Uh, but for all communications, the source is our computer, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And one more thing, sir, is it
Ma'am,
possible?
one more thing.
Ah,
Here, in this data, you can observe my computer address is 192.168.32.88. This
yes.
first column.
Yes. Yes.
Here, you can identify some other addresses also.
Okay.
So I'm sniffing into the network where I can get capture data from other parties also.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
getting information from some other Sophos router, some CC cameras.
Okay.
The information. Source address also, we have deviations over here, like that.
Yeah, oh, okay, okay, sir. Sir, one more question, sir. Is it possible to compute the packet drop from such a Wireshark data?
Packet drop means we are focusing on the connections which are making congestion onto your network. That means tracking of unwanted traffic.
Okay,
So, if, for example, if one student is there, his laptop is having malware,
okay,
virus, spam kind of thing.
okay,
I think at your colleague systems, some browsers were infected with malware which continuously post unwanted advertisements.
okay,
So those advertisements consume little bit bandwidth, right?
okay,
So with this, we can track unwanted traffic, unwanted data for that particular addresses, and we can eliminate that system.
okay,
Monitor and analysis purpose, we can use Wireshark.
okay, okay, sir.
Dear participants, any more doubts? Or I am expecting a feedback from the participants. And my question is, sir, any technique to live monitoring and threat and analysis? Can we combine Wireshark with any other software and all the packets captured that readily go to that software?
Yeah, yeah. I think Madhuri ma'am will take care of this thing, ma'am. I had seen in your brochures, Splunk is there. Last month, actually, I conducted workshop on SOC and SIM tools. So those will take care of whatever the thing you are asking.
Okay, sir. Any more response from the participant? I'm expecting.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So, can we detect if we are using Wireshark in our network with any other tools?
I think you want to detect someone is using Wireshark in your network.
Yeah.
So yes, sir. Because observe here, in the Wireshark, I'm capturing lot of traffic, right? Capturing traffic means it is some kind of download activity.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are logging into your Gmail continuously, it won't download or consume that much bandwidth, right?
Yeah.
But in your network, one computer is using bandwidth at peak rates. What does it mean? It means some kind of suspicious activity, right?
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Like that, we can analyze.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, respected Ramesh, thank
Hello,
you for
sir.
the cooperation. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, can we capture the multicast traffic using same tool, sir?
Yes, sir. Actually, it is traffic. It captures
For ex for
broadcast.
example, currently this Google Meet is one kind of multicast traffic, right?
Yes, sir.
So can we capture that?
Actually, I had shown it is capturing a UDP data continuously. UDP data. It is a multicast traffic, and by going in-depth analysis into that info section, you just install Wireshark. When you capture a packet at the info column, information column, you can get all these details, sir. If you
Okay,
closely
okay.
analyze, if you closely analyze, because if you are beginner, you won't understand. It will be little bit complicated. But when you apply and you analyze again and again, you can get expertise in this domain, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, I would like to propose my heartfelt gratitude to Ramesh for offering
Thank you.
his support and expertise in cybersecurity to us. And if any of you have any more doubt, you can directly contact him. He's a very expert and excellent teacher, and he got appreciation 2 times. That also a first. First of all, I would like to congratulate you, sir.
Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
thank you for our cooperation. And also, I'm thankful to our participants for the patient listening in this late evening. Thank you all. We can meet tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
നമുക്കും ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്യാം അല്ലേ മിസ്സേ? Shall we close?
ഓക്കെ ടീച്ചർ.
Okay.